working about our canter departures and what we need to do to help our horses back in that. So our stride length for each lead is going to be a footfall series, and we have to think about those footfalls to help our horses out into those canter departures. So our first stride of our canter, say we're going to the left, is going to be our outside hind leg, so your right hind leg. Then that's your first footfall. Your second footfall would be your inside hind leg and your outside front foot. And then the last stride of it is your lead, or your inside front foot. So a lot of people say that it starts out with this inside foot just because that's what they see.
Right.
And that's where the timing has to come into play, because we need to communicate with that outside hind foot. Okay? So talking a little bit about your aids, if that bringing back position of your leg communicates with their hip, what it's going to be doing is putting that outside hind foot down on the ground so your horse can pick up into the canter. However, if it's up in the air and it's on an incorrect stride length, what's going to happen is it's going to be very, very hard for them to, yeah, exactly. And we don't want those lurchy transitions in our canter especially. So we're going to talk some more about your seat bones. So if we're trying to communicate with the horse's back by pushing them a little bit over to pick up this left lead, we're going to be increasing our weight on our right seat bone very, very slightly, because if we lean onto that seat bone, they might just drift to the side and then stumble on their shoulder and have a hard time picking up into it. So I want you to think about looking with that seat bone. So almost like I asked you to take your left arm and grab a bucket of water behind you. Okay. So you're going to be really yeah, exactly. So you're going to be looking with your collarbone, your sternum, your belly button, your hip flexors. Okay? So let's pick up this a little bit more motion out of our barrel, and then we're going to pick up this left lead canter for me, okay? There you go, very nice. So if you saw that, this shoulder just lifted up for us. Now can we get a little less dramatic twisting of your upper body? Very nice. So Suzanne can feel that she's having to apply a lot of pressure down onto her horse's back. If this was an actual horse, they'd say, oh, okay, I'll pick up the canter. However, on this barrel, you have to be a little bit more, a little bit more clear about it. So let's see if we can pick up our right lead canter. Whenever you're ready. Good. So again, that dramatic twisting of our body is going to be pushing our horses over to the side. So let's see if we can start with that hip flexor rather than with our collarbone. Very nice. Good. Okay. Now the thing I noticed is that her right leg came back. So I want you to think about is keeping that right leg for this right departure just nice and steady on your horse's barrel, and it's going to be your left leg that comes back, okay? So let's try that canter lead departure for me. Good. That wiggle in that lower back. So strengthen up your core a little bit, and let's pick up this right lead canter again. Much better. So it wasn't as dramatic, but it was a more successful transition. Beautiful dressage riders make it look so easy because they're not moving around. Right. So all they're doing is stabilizing their seat and really lifting and looking with their hip. Okay? Let's try this lead again. My right lead. Much better. Okay? And then go for your left lead. Very nice. Okay, so on this barrel, you can start practicing your flying lead changes or your one tempies if you're feeling brave. All you're going to have to do those is change your seat bones to pick up a different canter lead departure with a half halt in between.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We're doing this.
We're doing this. Okay, so you're going to pick up one lead or another. I'm going to let you decide on that. Okay. Very nice. And then half halt, and then pick up your left lead. Good. Half halt, right lead. Half halt, left lead. That's very tricky. And that's why those one tempies are, the ultimate goal for a lot of dressage riders. Good. And then pick up the right lead. Good. Okay. So did you feel that little bit of a stick in your seat bone?
Totally.
Yeah.
I've done this for a while.
A lot of riders have one hip flexor that is just a little bit stickier than the other. Now, when we were going on a straight line, they were beautifully balanced, but when we started shifting those seat bones around, that's when we started having that inconsistent
Right.
flexibility.
Right.
So I'm going to suggest to her what I suggest to everybody: go home and do some yoga.
Okay.
Okay? Start to become a yogi, as they say.
Okay.
So practicing that stretching and that rebalancing your body without being on horseback is really, really, really important. Okay. All right, we're good on this thing for now. I'll let you
Okay.
warm up a little bit. And if you would like to dismount for me. Ooh. Very, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.